Okay, welcome to Apina Travel. I give it another 5 to 10 seconds before we get started. I hope you can see me. I hope you can hear me. Um, I tested everything before, so I hope everything is okay. And like I said, while I go through the presentation, I am not able to attend to any questions. I just simply don't see them. This is a webinar format, so you're not able to unmute yourself. But after the presentation, I will stop the recording, stop sharing my screen, and then I will attend to any questions that you might have. Okay, with time in mind, I'm trying to aim to stick to 15 minutes. I know time is valuable, so I don't want to keep you too long, but I'm super excited because today is about Christmas markets, and that is my favorite time of the year. And it's also my favorite memory as a German growing up in Germany. So we'll get started today. I will welcome you, which is what I'm doing right now. And I'll talk really briefly about Apina Travel. My name is Tina. I am the sales manager for Apina Travel. I take care or look over the Canadian and American market. Today is about German Christmas traditions. And like I said, after the presentation, I will make space for questions and hopefully are able to answer them. You will receive a recording of that webinar. We will email that out to you tomorrow. And then, of course, there's also a list of webinars that I already did on our website. All right, let's dive in. So real quick about Apina Travel. We are a multi-award winning full service receptive operator DMC for customized groups to Germany and Central Europe. Founded in 2002, we have 25 employees and we operate around 1,200 groups a year. Our staff is multilingual. We speak German, English, French, Italian, and Spanish. And we recently received the prestigious Magellan Award, which we're really proud of. This is really an award that you have to earn and not just pay for. So, yeah, just speaks for our service and that we love what we do. The areas that we operate in is definitely Germany. We have actually two offices in Germany. One is in the south in Munich, and the other one is in Dresden. And we cover Germany, Austria, Switzerland, of course, the surrounding countries. We go to Poland, Prague, Czech Republic. We go to Hungary, France, Italian in combination with other countries, as well as the Netherlands, Benelux. So that is an advantage if you have a group that goes to multiple countries. You can just send us the request and we provide the quote for that, and you have only one contact and do not have to deal with 3, 4, 5 different DMCs. So today, it's German Christmas tradition. So this presentation today explores the key German Christmas traditions that shape the holiday season. There's a little bit of focus on history. I start with that. And then, of course, we focus on the unique character of the German Christmas markets. I'll talk about their classic foods, crafts, and festive atmosphere, and then showcase several top market destinations. The aim is really to provide a deeper understanding of what these markets offer. You know, not everyone has been to Germany during the Christmas market time, and it's so unique. And I hope that I can bring across a little bit that atmosphere and that just the warmth and it's just a romantic, amazing time there. And I was actually trying to fly up myself over there for my birthday next week, but couldn't make it. So hopefully next year's. But yeah, it really is designed to help you as a tour operator create meaningful, authentic, and attractive experiences for your clients. So again, we cover a little bit about the history, classic features, food, drinks, famous markets, and then also I talk a little bit about the international comparison. You know, what is the difference between a German Christmas market and a Christmas market in the US, right? So I'll just touch base briefly because by now this is a global phenomenon and not just unique to Germany. All right, moving on. So history of the German Christmas markets. By the way, the picture in the background is the Dresdner Schnitzelmarkt. The German markets, and I have to read this, sorry, they date back to the late ages, with the earliest documented markets appearing in the 14th and 15th century. Originally, there were winter markets where locals could stock up on food, warm clothing, and household goods before the cold winter months. And then over time, these markets evolved into festive gatherings connected to the Advent tradition, combining commerce, community, and celebration. By the 16th century, German Christmas markets had become an important part of German cultural life, featuring seasonal treats, handcrafted gifts, music, and religious customs. Many of today's most famous markets, such as those in Nuremberg or Dresden, which you can see in the background, and Munich, still take place in historic town squares and preserving centuries-old traditions while welcoming modern visitors from around the world. Today, German Christmas markets are beloved not just for shopping, but really for the atmosphere. And maybe when you look at these pictures, you can already gauge a little bit the warmth and just the magic that these Christmas markets bring. The glowing lights, timber stalls, choirs, local food, and the unmistakable scent of mulled wine. You can get it here too. I have it. It's not open yet, and I didn't have a drink before this, but I might maybe tonight, because it just reminds me of Christmas. And you can smell that, walking through the streets, the scent of the food and the mulled wine as well. And then one fun fact, the famous Christkindlesmarkt in Nuremberg is one of the oldest in the world. And its iconic opening ceremony is led by the Christkind. That's a symbolic figure who has represented the spirit of Christmas there for over 400 years. And for me, in my own tradition in Germany, we do celebrate Christmas on the 24th. And we as kids were never allowed to see the Christmas trees until the night of the 24th. And the Christkind would ring a little bell, and that was the sign for us as kids that now it was there, the spirit was there, and we could see the Christmas lights and the Christmas tree. So it's a little bit different from the US tradition. Now, classic features. So German Christmas markets, and that's mostly, I would say it's the same for all of the markets, really, is the wooden stalls. You see it here. They're all decorated little houses. Usually they have lights, they have some green, and they sell gifts and crafts, and of course, food and drinks. And then moving on over here, again, this is most likely Glühwein. Now they have not just Glühwein, there's a lot of different drinks, also, of course, non-alcoholic drinks at the Christmas markets. But it's festive food and drinks, Lebkuchen, specific to the region. Of course, down here you have the bratwurst. You cannot miss a good bratwurst. They're usually in a bun and you put some mustard on it. And then on that picture over here, you see the lights. So there's a lot of decoration, not just where the markets are, but throughout the cities. Most of the markets have music, so ABBA music, choirs, and then some markets have uh, angels singing. Those are usually kids or students that maybe once a week come up and they sing. And sometimes they're, in the house windows, they open up and they sing, or they're on the streets. It really depends on the market. It's unique to each market. And then some of them have rides for kids and also ice skating. So in Vienna, for example, there is ice skating rinks. And I think everywhere, pretty much in every big city. I saw it in Munich. I saw it in my hometown, Augsburg. So a lot of things to do there. And then, of course, we come to food and drinks. You see a picture of the famous Christmas Stollen. Food and drinks are the heart of the German Christmas markets. The hot wine keeps you warm. And then like traditional treats like Lebkuchen, Stollen, roasted nuts, which I do believe I have a picture. That is again the Glühwein. Apparently, I like it a lot. And also, which is what is kind of neat, they have really specific cups that you can buy, you can purchase. And this is the one I purchased from my home market, Augsburg, a couple of years ago. And it's neat. It says where you purchased it. Sometimes it says a year on it, and it's just a cute little souvenir to bring home. And moving on, you'll see the roasted nuts, hopefully. Oh, no. Trump over there with the nuts. So here you see those are almonds, and they are cooked in sugar, so they're candied. You buy them, they're warm, and they're just amazing. And the smell is amazing. So besides the food and drinks, and it's not just Stollen or Lebkuchen, there's a lot of meals that you can eat. You can have a whole lunch there. People go there, during their lunch break or even for an early dinner. There's a lot of variety. And again, it depends on the region and where you are. Another classic feature of the Christmas market is definitely the crafts and decoration. One of the most captivating aspects are, as you can see, nutcrackers. You can buy Christmas ornaments. Many of the items are hand painted and they are also handcrafted using techniques passed down through generations. These decorations are full of symbolism. So, for example, there are stars and angels represent hope and protection. You will find evergreen wreaths. They symbolize renewal. And then candlelight brings warmth and light to the darkest time of the year. Nowadays, there's still a lot of very original things that you can buy. Some of the bigger markets might have a little bit more commercialized, but still a great combination of authentic and maybe more modern. And a fun fact, some of the world's most iconic Christmas decorations come from Germany's Erzgebirge region, where miners originally made them as winter crafts when the mines were closed. And then they started selling them, and this is how this started. Ideas for your groups. So there's a lot of things that we can organize for you. Workshops are always very popular. A lot of groups lately or clients ask for more immersive experiences. And workshops are a great way to, talk to a local, learn how they do the craft, and then do it yourself. And in most cases, you can bring things home. Whatever you create is yours to keep. And I just listed a few, but there's a variety of workshops, and we can organize, either food related, where you can create your own Lebkuchen, you can create your own Stollen. I just did that this year. It's a lot of fun. You can bake cookies or more when it comes more to the arts or craft. Räucherkerzen is a good one. You can see here on the picture, this is a advanced breath workshop. These things are a little bit bigger, so for international clients, it might be kind of hard to take them home. But lots of different things we can organize for you. If you need ideas, just send us an email and we can give you a whole list. Some of these things are not cheap, but there's some that are cheaper and others a little bit more expensive. But again, we have the expertise. We do this all the time. So if you have questions and want unique experiences for your groups, let us know and we can make suggestions for you. Okay, moving on. Famous Christmas markets. So I will speak a little bit just because it's just good to know about the most famous Christmas markets. Germany hosts hundreds of Christmas markets, but a few have become world famous. So one of them is the Nuremberg Christkindlesmarkt. It's one of the oldest and most iconic markets, known for Christkind, which I mentioned in the very beginning. The traditional, oh no, my light went off. Okay, well, I hope you can still see me. Let me make me a little bit lighter. For the traditional wooden stalls, and of course the famous Nuremberg gingerbread. So that's the Lebkuchen. You can buy Lebkuchen in the United States as well, and in Canada, I believe also. And again, we call it gingerbread in English. Then the Dresden Striezelmarkt. You remember the very beginning, that picture, that was the Dresden Striezelmarkt. It's Germany's oldest documented Christmas market, famous for the Stollen and the large wooden Christmas pyramid. Then we have the Cologne Cathedral Christmas Market, set under the stunning Cologne Cathedral, and you will see a picture of this shortly after. It's known for its atmosphere lights and one of Germany's largest Christmas trees. And then, of course, my favorite Christmas market, because I am from that area, is the Munich Christkindlesmarkt, traditional Bavarian style market with wooden crafts, local foods, and great historic setting. If you have been to Munich before, it's set in the Marienplatz and it's a beautiful, stunning atmosphere. So I will show you some pictures just to let that sink in a little bit more. So here we have Munich. This is the Marienplatz, and this is the Frauenkirche here, and here's where you can see the Christmas markets. And if you see how tiny these stalls look, it's just so impressive. When you're there, you have a little bit of hot wine, you hear the music, the Christmas music, you smell the food, and then you have this amazing atmosphere. It's really, really an experience that no one should miss, honestly. Here you have a picture of Cologne, the cathedral, and then the Christmas market nestled on the square. Also very, very stunning, very beautiful. And Rothenburg. Of course, everyone loves Rothenburg, knows Rothenburg, also one of the most famous ones, which I actually didn't even talk about. It's a fairy tale medieval setting, and of course, very atmospheric, known for its Reiterle figure and charming old backdrop. So yeah, Rothenburg is beautiful as well. And now, before we end this presentation, the international comparison. So Germany, of course, has its strong historical roots with the wooden crafts, the Glühwein, and the Advent traditions. And then in France, maybe more the Alsatian cuisine and French artisanal style. UK, often inspired by the German markets, maybe a little bit more commercial touches. And then, of course, for the US and the Canadian markets, they're larger scale, maybe more entertainment focused, maybe more shows that they offer risings. I have to admit, I have not been to an American or Canadian Christmas market yet, so I don't can speak for that. But I assume they're also just as stunning. And on the left side, you see the Rockefeller Center. All right, the conclusion. German Christmas markets combine tradition, culture, and atmosphere like no other. They are strong and reliable tourism product that appeals to families, couples, and culture seekers. By offering Christmas market tours, we help travelers experience authentic German holiday traditions in a way that they will never forget. And I have to say that really these markets are unique. Not one market is like another. And if you are in a city like Munich, for example, or even Augsburg, which is a little bit smaller than Munich, well, a lot smaller than Munich, it's not just one market. It's you go, you start in one market and then you can walk, you walk some streets, you go shopping, whatever it may be. And then you see a little side street and there's another little market, or there's another restaurant or a shop that created its own little Christmas market. It's so surprising sometimes, and it's just so beautiful. It's not just that there's one crowd and you sit in one market. It you don't really feel the crowds, you go from street to street and you can check out that, drink a little hot wine there, and then you keep going, keep shopping, and then you notice another market and maybe you try a little piece of candy or a cookie, or it's just it's so beautiful, and it's so I hope I brought it across a little bit, but you have to go yourself to experiences. And for you as a tour operator, if you decide to do a group with us to the Christmas markets, I wanted to leave you with two things. So one, check out our website. We have a bunch of ideas on the website, not just Germany, but combination Central Europe. We list the most romantic markets. There's so much that you can look up there. But if you have a specific client that wants specific unique experiences, just shoot us an email and we create something for you. And then we go back and forth, until it's right. So that's what we do. Everything we do is customized. So what you will find on the website is a lot of ideas. And then we can always talk and craft it so it fits your client ideally. If you buy, if you partner up with us and we have a group traveling, we can organize a tasting for your group for free, or we throw something in that helps you market that I guess is what I want to say. So reach out, reach out with questions, and we would love to help create for either 2026. There's still time to go to Christmas markets in 2026, but of course also for 2027. We're already planning for 2027. And this is the conclusion of the webinar. Thank you. Danke. Frohe Weihnachten means Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. We appreciate your time. And again, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. You see my email. You see also my personal phone number here. You can text it, you can WhatsApp it. And I will now stop sharing my screen just to see if there's any questions before I end this presentation. So I'll stop it right now here. And I will check the chat. I don't see questions. So, well, I hope you liked it, and I thank you for your time, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Stopping the recording.